Bano deni edi atudwa se hu hia se aban no ebeka se kotoka wiemhyan gina bia wo mo sese edin eda so
eno na mrase bedwam ho no a ne efiri ho aba na no wono mo ayefo ma adwuma mbra ne ato aba wie biri mo se wo mo fa ho nkrata asem mbra no mrase bedwam chia me hene wakasa fa ho
Kwandai mrase bedwani ye wiase ho eba nsema Supreme Court kra edi ni rulings ba ye no enra bra mrase bedwafo kwa asetena no onanya for Matthew nyindam ye hu no
yera dafia makpo ya ono eye majority chief whip wo kiremu ese omampani mahama ne kirodua ye krado ya enche kra LGBTQI+ ehu be no obetintim no so
pania wono na ehwe afisam nsam so wo man Ghana mu muntaka Mubarak Mohammed triple MI wadi atudwa kire se no kra immigration service wo madwuma na de ne pa wakwache o makas
Food and Drugs Authority one mu amudi omujuma wa Asante Mantem wo mo sesabi food vendors bi a wo mo ni nkrata wo so mo de tonuane wanom eba ye wo mo nyina shege e de afiri wonom
Abusua wo mo de hye ene Dade Lumba ne yere ya wodi kan akosua sewa wo ma friends emtrofo enhyiamu e de adesrede bi ato aban anim ye bekoma wie ne edi mu nkomo abremu
na chama wuntumi se wabre ne NPP fo wa Asante Mantem mu sabrei wo ba mu awa national na wane jombo adumo na abepre national chairman no ye de mu ntemu bebre
Abusia ensem ni bi ka ye nim ho ya bekwa ma no ne ade ho so nsam ade asomo owia premchobre ekasie yi so apesma kade hia ya jepene ni ase adwame medin abena badu adepa kofi meni menua no
oduma nkoma chia me obrempon na kwaku ampoma na afi
ADWOA ASARE na senenso ema yese eye endpoint homeopathy clinic afei kasa mineral water time herbal mixture enso ekura yemu onga mama nsa no boafo ena ewie ye den nsem nenam
afei yanshansem na se emfa emawo na setiefo bekaya enrada empa no pay kura no yebo mu kase ene ebra na ye Ghana today ne kura no na ni nyina no etetare nchen ho ne se Ghana mampane His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wode atudwa ka kire Bureau of National Investigation first no na na from BNI se se wa National Investigation Bureau wode atu manim kire se wo munya hwehwemu bi na hwehwemu a munya ni nyina na ya asem pro baako ene se ni ono atie na wa hunu bie na amanfo keka na ne amanfo ka no wa hunu sa video ni bie ne se nipa bi ka na mebo sa nipa no so ese ukopie mu scholarship secretariat ho no a wo mo etuetu adamudie bi wo mo gigi adamudie e de fa sa junction ne so ho e de magana fo bi ya wo mo kwa amoro ne akwa akosua de no na mampani tie no se sesen obi a ye pese ye aba ya Ghana fo nyina hwemu se ya won be ho ase afiko se kanetiti bremu se ne mutie no sa pepepe no ana wo bi ti ba bi na waje adamudie mampani chese sa de no de won soso na aba mu kura eno nti wonam ne kasa mafo so Felix kwacho fosu ana wachrochro e wa breku abra wa chro no krampo na yeru Kalistos Mahama ya ono ye twetwefo pani e de mampani ne wono na na wate nche ho a wo chro ni nyina kama ena wode ko ye se wo mo fa nkonkoma ena ibifo na wo munya nhwemu kase pa enkosi ase na ne ye wachire bia no wo mo fa homuaye no emfa mre wono mampani na papa wono yes allegation no wakasa asem no ye kan nyina behu statement no ye se wakasa wa SOMPA FM wakasa wa SOMPA FM no kura for God and country so na nsa na dwuada ya anu wane professor Kwabla Abochi wane ne bon komo yewura Kofi Fosun kansa ya wono kane no na wa pani kwanchafo a wada National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program no wono no betena afidie iso ya wakasa asem no na bra na wakasa no na dala Abochi busa na se uwo muaye uwo hono ye se na before from abetimi akowa se han ama professor kura no wa twene ho eyi SOMPA edi free mu se asem we de eni ho adanse na sabe se tachema mpra na free mu atiasefo ntine yenko akiri na yenko tie senior professor Kwabla Abochi eni Kofi Fosun kansa nko twetwe ne koye eni kwan a professor wo bomodi ade professor akonya no wotena so kama
no ena Dr. Baomia say on pese BBC bio into what the digitization and on the delegates akasa o magina tum no I will not be a hypocrite to pretend say because NDC for buy a crime minimum be our foreign scholarship.
Foreign scholarship.
Oh yes.
Me bacho nyabotre. Me bacho unimobia wakoto foreign scholarship. Me bacho please. Me bacho wakoto foreign scholarship. Oto
oh. Nipa no
oto ne sen.
Minim the exact amount.
Now foreign scholarship.
Exact amount.
Me bacho no.
Minim the exact amount.
Me bacho foreign scholarship ye ton.
Now security service na busa me na ton. Like Juma na.
That's what waji to me.
Exactly.
Sure. And you know, you can't just make these allegations. Foreign scholarship.
These things.
And you know, I'm not saying. The part is not
over 100,000. I'm telling you.
Over 100,000.
Oh yes. I can't give you because I can't give you
foreign scholarship.
I'm telling you.
Over 100.
MPP for to be quabri. Ecos is here.
MPP. I'm
telling you. Yes. In these things, you cannot get 100% system. May catch say whether MPP or NDC, some of these excesses happen. We cannot pretend and fake say it doesn't happen. We have no mobile security recruitment.
But that's serious.
That's what happened.
That's serious allegation you have made. You have made.
On my head that Martin Americano. Mean to me because on my security service because they're not for
no, but on the foreign, you can be sure, on the foreign scholarship
yes. Now. I'm telling you, saying minimum people phobia or Montobia is more rich. You.
Why would you answer for J?
I'm telling you.
And I'll check on
I'm not sure. Say one I say get. I think say one I say get fund.
Get fund.
Oh, really? I'm rich. But you say GMPC, say scholarship secretariat, say get fund, almost foreign scholarship. Nipa na to or the kwa UK. I'm telling you this on authority.
And you know, if you are telling me this on authority,
yes,
then it means that when you are called, you can prove.
Of course, but one say a bit remember say Nipa Chrono. Or no he may not be ready to for his or her name to be put out.
So it's an allegation. It's an allegation.
Of course. Because you know behind a say or I'm being truthful to you, sir. And you Biana, what can't tell me for scholarship no? A basse or may prove publicly or be prove. Common sense, logical because Wakoto illegal inti I should be a counterfeit. Now I say my boy make us counterfeit.
Okay, so fighting corruption.
Yeah.
It's a canker in the flesh of government.
Yes.
Of which this government is of no exception. Now, what if government says, okay, we want to nip this in the bud, and then you have an information you can volunteer, you are invited. Will you volunteer the information?
Of course, but the issue is that the beneficiary.
I'm asking you, would you volunteer?
Of course, I will.
You will.
Of course, but if the beneficiary is not ready to, come out, you cannot be successful, even though I catch you.
Abusia nkomo we no enye sesi ayi nkomo na nsane ne ena call so SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra ha ya na o Facebook ne so kura wo behunu ye ba kofie fo su nkansa fa se de ne ko ho ntini na wode ne se pim table so na wo kire wo evidence ye fra no na before fra no kura no e fra no so information mera wo betimi the information akono na SOMPA 106.5 FM ye ne affiliate akase nam ho nyina no ya asem we ye ni ho maache get fund for nya wan ye adwuma ye ni wo mu ni twa ka wa asem yi ho eye obi na allegation ene wo betena ha ene wo ka ye na professor Kwabla Bochi bono say wo evidence federal baby no better say wo de akra ne no tibi wo beti obaka cho say so nipa no kra no wan kan kire me say nti no eno no de bia na nipa no kra wa ma bontene say wo pese wo be ka ho asem na ye sere nyina ye ase atesem bi sa na ono so gina so bia no woka eno nti ye gina we so na bia na de kan bi e de abato scholarship secretariat ho anhwe ye ni obi kwa akwafa nipa ho me nu asafo age ni obi kwafa no ho tan afei get fund for wo ko ya kura sambo GMPC kura wo sambo no so wonu ma wo sam finfim ho nyina ne sam fafram ho nyina no SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra ye ni obi ani asembo ne ni aba bia no ye nka ho bio ye ni ho adanse bia e wo asem a ye aye nua kofie bosu nkansa etena ha wo ka ye ne ho eno ya asem kase ya ena before so mesesi a ye nyina no sani obeka no ene sane enkomo ne koye no ya tibi ye hunu wono anasem ena wasoa ena bio wo hwe krola no kro na mase ho no aya kwa nketenkete no a wo bonse wa twora se ne comment bia panel bia ba betena ha ya wo beka bia no eye sa panel no wono ani tirimu ne nanum asem ena waka station no anasa sompa media aye nkro bata nyina aka ho bie no ye ne ni twaka ye ni ho adanse eno nti eno ne nsam a asie sa bre die ena before nso aso krata num kama ye mu hwemu no wamba ye bia free china kɔ no wamba fra gofefo sun kansa na mu aye bia wo no wade amawo
Ebusia ye free sansam ne mo ento ansam no so wa rahusami mo na ye kwakopie mo wo atwemanwa biaja north cross ni badwa ne mo wasante ematam bro no ba kwa no no de adankwa ame arahusam wo fra dankwa ame ba ene sei mofra miensa ana sabra me no ka sei ye okada rider bi edi no okada kwakwatwa fa won so nam so ema baako a owo mfinhia no enson wati na nanom nsia do akwaya rehosempa na posi adwumakoya bamani a kire mu se Rasmiya Abdul Rahman wo mfinhia no enson wono na ft na nanom nsia do enwe ono nko ane nuanom mienu ana wonom eka ne ho enso Rasmid Abdul Rahman wono so wo mfinhia enson sada ana Musharraf Abdul Rahman wonu so won finhia no edubaako letin wohwemu a sankwadai ni asoma wonu wo se na wonu kwa kwatwa de wa bonten wo mu kire mu so mu gire mu e wa dankwa me post station na nim wonu obi nim di okada rider no esi ya pote ya wadede betse fa nkwada miensa so nam so ma mienu de wanu ma prepare mu adene pa ya baako won finhia enson wati na nanom ensiedo ebra ya ma ne boni ba wa bedu ebo pini ho no akwada ne papa nimpon owura Musa Yusuf wono wane ba wa bedu ekasai
se me won kwan dia me dware omo a ida som do mbefo kana se bia me no mbefa fom ha ya ne yeko na me mesi na yeduru okwa se me do mokroso kwan na nsa na me madane me oba nti ano pay dia o ma me kudwum o sore ano paso kudwum na me se no be okwa dia o ne nkwala ne nko nti o ne nkwala ne kwa na je se usia na je se o matwa kwan na omko na ono so ekone baby eti no me wo ha na ahomache ni mu na wiemu ntete sa because na asa aka kama sisa won so na sisi boso ya na wiemu ntete papa na me wo ha no odisu frɛ me se praga bia atwa fa na me nteka sani na me fata de na me dwane ko hospital nti me ko no na enkwala no free tawia no so unze enkwala no medika ka so mo yentafo ahodo mienu nti no panyini na dikan oba na dikan na ntafo oba ne be mato so na tawia no epra nti tawia no ne ntafo esan di na chi no omo na be ma pra na oba no anyi ifeno oyata ifeno Rasmiya 7 years mienu no ba ko 11 years Musharraf on na menu ko twa scan sisi amede ne ba no na de oka ho no so oba na wa film na nata ono so na na ka accident no ho ono so try into omo oje ayarehwe
enkwadami esen ya Rasmiya Rahman wono wati na nanom asiedo no wonom asinimpon owura Musa Yusuf wono ena ne yamane boni ba wa bedu ekasaye eno achi no ena ba wa bedu ene wo bia no ogina ho sabre no ehu de si yepote enso chichi komoi
yes flow kadam ame chanka ani ya adwensiye ni e ba ya ni me bedu police station nti e betwa me be ye kwa ya ni nda ya hunso ye na car no e po minuano nti obom na baby na jakwado mkogu ma hweka bi na si wanum ni na no mo da onam na ketwano okoshe okada na Rasmiya Abdurrahman ana Musharraf Abdurrahman Hanifa Abdurrahman ana Rasmiya Abdurrahman Rasmiya no 7 ana Musharraf 10 ana Hanifa 11 ana Rasmiya 7 ambo me ni Hanif baby ani yosi ejinan ni ewa echika klani omuso yini na aye wo baby fa no obom echina ikama mkofle ni yakofle no omudi yakwa hospital so we were plenty no ya dey na ko Sofia hospital
abusia asamno ayara hosem papa adankwa me post station nanim hwan mo pe ye no wa atwemanwa biaja north cross ni badwa no asantama na sa hosemi esi ya ma ne boni ba wa bedu ene akwada ba kwa no onu su gina sa kwan no ho sa bre no a wo hu ye de esi ya pote ya wo kire mu se okada rider no se pragios abobo ye ni no wo lusu control nto mu ya so nam so baba ya wodi benu nkwada ya se nam so Rasmiya Abdul Rahman wati na nanom siedu ya ye we ayara hosem
ye free arahosem ne mo na ye de ani akere amanefo from Kotobabe District Police Command no wo ma kire enipa mienu bi esu se wo mo ye street robbers akromfo yi ebie na wɔn nam intelligence led patrol operation bi ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Jowulu enkran hanom sei ɛne ɛkɔkye saa enipa mienu no na ebusuafo bɛkaye a na ɛyɛ woku ada bi January ne de ɛtɔ so edunan afi ahyase no a ɛna patrol team no wɔn ɛnenam pɔtɔmpɔtɔm ahodoɔ sɛ deɛ daadaa na wɔn ɛyɛ no wɔn se wɔn kɔhunu sɛ motorbike bi a ɛyɛ unregistered ɛde Black Royal 125 motorbike ebia na enipa mienu ɛna na ɛte soɔ enipa mienu na ɛte soɔ no wɔn hwɛ wɔn ni wɔn su ɛne wɔn ban ne sɛ deɛ wɔn yɛ wɔn ho no a na ɛyɛ very suspicious nea wodi kan ɛyɛ Steven Glechu wɔno no edi mfihia no aduasa nson 37 years wɔno na etwi moto no ɛna Mohammed Sharif a wɔno no edi mfihia na duo no 20 years wɔno na ɛte rider no akyi wɔn nyinaa no wɔn hyɛ ntadeɛ black a helmet ebutubutu wɔn ti so black na wɔn hunu sɛ deɛ wɔte rider n'akyi no ɛyɛ pillion rider no wɔno kita enkrante and wɔn si dabi adeɛ deɛ ɛsɛ wɔn timi sa wɔn na ɛne aprosifo nso etu di wɔn akyi saa etu otutu kɔ so ɛma enipa mienu no firi moto no so bɛhwe fam ɛhɔ ɛna bambɔfo kɔ hu wɔn ne akyire mu ɛsɛ Roman Ridge ɛhɔ ɛna etu otutu no kɔ so ɛbɛn Nigerian High Commission no enti wɔn hye hɔ no sa na ne epra deɛ wɔn pra bi pa enti yekukuru wɔn ɛkɔ police hospital ɛhyɛ wɔn ama wɔn ho tɔ wɔn ɛne discharge wɔn na aprosifo hwehwɛ mu a wɔn yɛ no wɔn kɔ hunu Infinix mobile phone yi bie na ɛka saa nkrɔfo no ho iPhone 12 Pro, one Samsung A21 phone baako na ɛka ho iPhone 15 Pro 13 na ɛno nso ka ho Infinix fo wɔn feature phone yi ebie ɛna Itel baako wɔn san hunu Nokia feature phone yi baako Infinix X6528 ɛno so baako yehu necklace wɔn hu sika na ɛsom 2,690 Ghana cedis ɛna $2 enti nneɛma a wɔn gye yɛ ne deɛ bebree kwa na wɔn toto saa nipa mienu anu no wɔn angye ho kyim wɔn gye tu mu sɛ wɔn yɛ akorɔmfo na adwuma a wɔn yɛ nie sɛ akyire kura ne etresi ko hu sɛ victims no a yɛkɔbɔ wɔn korɔ no obi akora ba behunu sɛ bia me phone ana me sika ana me bibi ka ho a nipa no ba wɔsɛ me phone nie wɔsɛ me mobile phone nie me sika nie no identify na omagiko enti kyese ya de a enkran hanom de adwuma samrantie mienu no na wɔn yɛ nyina no sesi a wɔn da so a ɛwɔ aprosifo akache nhwehwemu ɛda so a ɛkɔ so ɛnɛ da yi yɛde wɔn akwakɔgyina emra ano enti free sabre ya kɔpem sɛ nonum bɛbɔ apemu a yɛde hot bite kase yɛbɔ no bɛba no de yɛbɛhunu sɛ saa emrantie mienu no sɛ yɛ remande wɔn sɛ yɛ ma wɔn bill ni nyina no yɛbɛhunu enkrata ya prosifo ɛde ba yɛ no Superintendent Juliana Obeng wono ene da mansan enkita hodie ano enkramantem nensa ene ehyasie
yanto ansam no so na yankwa asantemantam mu na ba bedu na ba adwuma pa na demonstration bi koso eno ote yanko ye yanko enti ote konkonko na manfo aboko gyan mu no eno odi sound na chia wakwa na KNUST Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Wamun patam wanwa ana na asem wana no nim se bia boys na lodu tech no. Wamun na bia omo demonstration say lectures na. Senior Staff Association ya omo school mu ho no. Wamun na wamun aka say wamun say ade bi koso awo mayi mu na sansanchofo maka nursefo na teacher fo nkuma na de ama wamun lectures na mo mpa bi se mbeka bia ma ona ezu mo nkasa ye wa ha. Wamun say ekuo bia abayadwuma ko ne afre say Fair Wages and Salaries Commission no one more single spine salary structure no so no money wa monkasa say yentinto obi ne ntinka mo bi ye waso amode ma yentia 2 ho no second tier no wantua the whole 2024 wantua ba akokora and was skip na say wo ye say wo betua mpo no a penalty bi wo ho enya ne ombo hyego ni bia na emom wo ye asotwe saa asotwe ne ye be say 3% aban fanka ho na wontua nya saa
This declaration is not only KNUST, it's across all the universities. So as we are declaring here, it's affecting all the campuses. And the national chairperson of TEWU has also given her blessing. TUSAG national chairman has also given his blessing that we declare that Fair Wages and Salaries Commission has altered our living condition of service without our consent. And for that matter, we cannot sit down and watch. Our tier 2, that government has skipped 2024 August to December remittance to our fund managers and has paid 2025. All the correspondence from our fund managers has yielded no results. And we can't sit down for a pursuit of our tier 2 to remain with the government. And there's also a regulation or a law that says that if you default in payment, there's a penalty of 3%. So we are demanding that as well, that they pay the remaining months plus the penalty.
Ochami ni masamka was where you are. I don't know kwesi be back there you are. We a national chairman ADWOA University Staff Association, we Senior Staff Association. Yera George Johnson. One kasa yi eno wa church wo ha nyina. Na wo wie kwa no se aka ba ko. Wo mu nuan me wo Unimark no, university for ba miensa wo mo ka ombo mu yo mu Unimark no. Na no wo mo pre ansa na edo mo kra ba tu payroll so. Arias akam abantua.
Brothers and sisters from Unimark, which composes of 3 institutions that were brought together to form a fully fledged university called Unimark. Since the establishment, the government had not been paying them the requisite salaries and the allowances. We have engaged, we have written letters, they have given us assurances. It was only this January that they have placed them at the right level. But we are asking government to look at the arrears since they were put into a university to pay the differences. We have tried and communicated and written letters upon letters. Government has not minded us.
In fact, ya ye be to me, ye de ka akọ na ye petrol san na manfo pia, wonsim pia. Na ye tronkrata, papers A4 sheet a wan ya to atro ho nkrata, pen no kra de wo ma to be ne ho. Ni nyina wan ya tra. Enso aban ye ho hwe. Ye nam so mpa so e ka kira ban. Aban nkotu asesika no. We chairman, national chairman ADWOA University Senior Staff Association Yera George Anson. Wani ba wa bedu e na boss ankomo yi.
Abusia Ora Kofi Capito wano aye CEO ADWOA Consumer Protection Agency. Ora yi wase ni bu ofupa. Wase enra wo hu said ye no nya for mahama yarega wo ye boko central mra shebedwani. Ya opiemu e wo mra shebedwamu adom dodo e wo ho no. Wane oba no dani na wo ye nsamtwerefo anhiemu wa bra wanu mu firi mra shebedwamu wa mu wie wa mu atena ye. Na wo kasase ane said ye Kotoka International Airport wa mpese wa musisa din na owura yi ni kwa hu yi ntintini na nani abre no wase nya die hiani. Ora Kofi Capito say, "Oh my Ghana, adishia hiya mo pa. Ya wase emrashe bedwa mo kwa asetena. Mutime dwendwene niema ba bua Ghana ho. Niema Ghana adishia be benefit ye. Enye se mo ye renaming of aban enwumakuo anase dia e wase mo ye esanse aban ba akono kra no wo ye renaming bia ne suyapon bibu wase ya sesa din no. Afa kra ye bodin kra wugina ho kra na hu suku kro. Na se dia mpanifo ani abre. Ese Kotoka International Airport won so amusesa din. Enu no owura Kofi Capito say se wo hyemu a wano wada adwumaku no e de Consumer Protection Agency ho wase Consumer Protection Bill bi akodam wo mrahye badwafie ho e kamia ye se empanifo abomi fitaduku wanum wie ye mahogani wa odum sapere wanum de ahyehye wo masomso wo montehwe edu ni ye hwe ho asam fanka wase ye no ane se na me se opemfo bekwa ya sabia ko yansi anatendenta na sabio opese of visiting nature na obekọ no obetua 50 pesos na 50 pesos no watua ni nyina ne sabiti wuru a wo wi ade baye ne ho yie no just was so tua 20 pesos wase wei ensimu yie ba bia wase panfo hwese kasa asam no e wo mra hye badwam na wani mu nyai se edin sesaye na fa ye nkɔhye.
You talk about renaming an airport. So what? Me, I'm very, very upset at Mahama Yarega that he's not even proposing the passage of the consumer bill. Something that will give you the consumer the right of protection where people are taking advantage of us. I'm very, very angry at Parliament. He should go to Kolebu right here. Go and see the conditions of patients at Kolebu. Go to 37. Go to Okonvanochi Hospital. Because of what I do, I visit all these areas. Kolebu, as we speak, the toilets in which everybody should go, they locked all of them, and they've given a contract to a private person to charge people to go and use. A woman, if you go to the maternity ward as a pregnant woman, idiocy about this renaming of Kotoka International Airport. I am angry as a Ghanaian because as a Ghanaian, I'm entitled to some rights, not some renaming. So what? It doesn't make any sense. Look, I don't want to go into politics. I'm saying that we are Ghanaians. Let's behave like Ghanaians. When election comes, like I'm saying, I've seen some good things that His Excellency John Mahama has done, and it is benefiting me, and I'm happy. Yesterday I bought petrol. Well, it was 9 cedis, 9.9. Okay, same way under MPP when they brought free SHS. People also enjoyed. This is what Ghanaians want.
Monya niema ba benefits yanmu asebi yadi ekwakuromotie eto abade mamo eno ne ebenya so mfaso na ebere so se yakwakoto aba mi o yeso de awomache akwakwasi wo enye renaming wasa no de mfaso papa bia mre omen opani okasa ye eyo owura Kofi Kapito wano ani CEO ya woda Consumer Protection Agency ano
na enye Kofi Kapito nkwa ena adwa domkuma no ba no dani Onyanfo Alexander Afenyomakin wono so adwapa wose aban gina ya wasie se kotoka wiemsen gina bia womo esesa din no every kotoka International Airport aye na Accra International Airport no wose wohu ne tim hu ne nan emfaso bia ni so de kire se kotoka International Airport no Accra no soso enti kotoka no na bia mo mpani pani din no ana se muhu ne se won sem fata se woda aban ana oman bi monumenta etesa ano wose ye ne wonwa pi se eniema bi etese ne ya ne yede aye amanyosem wose se empo ye besese din no a esese se bi eda ho na emrase bedwam womode ba ye bobo hunhunu adwene po a etai aban no egina yesie no ati na nyese bi a aban we ya ba bi adin we ensa manum nipa we mempenasem na yayi ne din afri institution bi so ne yadi fofora ba wose sa de na de enya de beboa.
All these years we've had Kotoka, General Kotoka's name on the airport, and suddenly it is being changed. And it's Kotoka International Airport, Accra. So Accra is still there. I'm not suggesting any other name. I'm saying that the name Kotoka International Airport, Accra is already there. Accra is already there. So you don't need to remove Kotoka's name from there. So if you come to Accra or even in the country, how many prominent Voltarians have their names on national assets or national monuments? This is the only thing the people of Volta region can also at least see as something that recognizes heroism from the Volta region, and that one too they are being denied. Well, Honorable Kwame Abuja is from Volta. Honorable Ukujeta Blakwa, he's from Volta and he's sitting in cabinet. Honorable Ahiafo, he is the first deputy speaker in this government from Volta region, and they are all sitting down watching the government to take away a Voltarian's name which has been given to our airport, and successive governments never made any attempt to change it. And in this time and age, they are from Volta and they are in the government and they are watching Volta to lose its pride. It's up to them.
Enti wase yenuano from mantemfo mo wahio monsore wei eye mo amudie mu nti se mbetena ho ayenwe han ama ban no atu ginaye bia etisei ho anamo na mo nka hwede a eye mo amasemo a
saasem kro yayi wo wie ya no de kakra to so na wo kire se hwe na anu a yeto aba wie ye se amamo kra ye nto aso ena se yeto aba kra wie a ansana ye de mampani foforo no a wode na aban na wode ban ba be sisuo no saa boso mentam no bibia tumisi saa bra no mampani wo ho a wo ye adwuma enu nti wotimi yi obi adi wotimi fa obi adwuma mu na na anu yeto aba wie 2024 no every 7th January ya yeto aba no wie se kim ya manfo hu so ma we se faka ede ba be si 6 January na ne 7th ya de mampani mahama be si appointment ye bi course pa enu na wo mo ba ye pendis ya ban ba ye no wo mo se he say ye fa wa adwuma mu bra ya to abawie nkoa de besi bra de mampani mahama besi so ne de ya yiwadi ene enipa de wo mu yibia di papa eno na dom kuma no wo mu na no ni onimnyafo Alexander Kwame na Afenyomakin enra mra hye bejafie wode tu dwa no wa chese we di obesere speaker se won hye empanimfo a wo mu deda sa agencies ni nyina no titiri pa ne majority leader na wo mu nya hwehwemu kase pa emfamra na bra na wo kasa no na yen sentrofo no wo ho enti Anabu MP for SOMPA, what am kakra yen say?
The information we have in excess of 15,000 Ghanaian youths affected by this directive, and they are still at home. The understanding was that we would have to engage you so that you give us time to hear, since you are the only person who can sit or preside on this particular motion. So that, Mr. Speaker, you give your ruling for a committee to be set up to investigate this matter.
Osahene onumnyamfo Alexander Kwame na Afenyomakin efutu mira sebedwani dom kuma no wo na anu ni no wo wie ye pe na dom ka say why is here ehene ha se unim sa asem no kura wo Supreme Court ya ka ho asem na obeza ye kwantam ja court no na ye fra ye sa kwantam tiana na nya sa kura aboa ne wan ye yi ni birenu
We're ready, except that when one of the parties has gone to court and the matter is in court, and then you say the parliament should inquire into the same matter. And I said it will prejudice the outcome. And our rules are clear on that.
Yambrano, a bon pepe. Odemian for Mahama Yaga, Tamale Santra, we are Boko Santra, Mirasebeni, one on a head of Cassiano, one on Nuni, one Wakasa, Nina Muno, Nature, Educabo speak and Casa, one Wakacha, Dom Cassiano Nuni or Casa VCA, and Wakacha and Sacrachi. Yan in tantum, none also ye be aye, Namarasebe Mahano, a house of records.
Of the business committee, you call this matter to be relisted and scheduled for consideration of the House. This thing has gone on since the inception of the Fourth Republic. Anytime there is a change of government, we have people's appointment being terminated, in many cases unlawfully.
Ebdienti ena say ya to abawie abanfoforo no nyamaye no ya fo bi adwumam abanfoforo no ba was mayiwadi efiri say amamu etoso nan yi baaye say Fourth Republic imu from 92 ade ba nyina ade ekoso ye mpre mane nkoso biu eno nti monye ne ambetimi bia na san hwemu no yenye ne yentwa banhwe ano odunyafo Urban Sumana Kingsford Bagben ne yete ye no
Abusuya ya da switch demo awo emrahye bedwamo abra na yensem twireni na opon checheku ejina mo nsem bia okoso etosom yen efa owura Matthew Nyindam ye nyina ye nimse pandai abato mpeso yaso afimpi no ne aduno e 2024 no yeto abawie ye na agya isi electoral commission ema ne nsa so se wadi nkunim entu ano na ekwasoma di hye ewiase opani a wofri NDC amanyokomo ne contest se hene ne habra mo kenkan ba na nyina wo na mpanifo a waso musi manam nyina na obi anu ntia ne yewiame ewiase ekopie mu ewo court tamale wanam court ewo hode ne de ba yewiase ebe pie mu ewo Supreme Court ne nyina ye monimsem na nansan na Supreme Court de ba ise wo mu esem a wo mu hwehwe mu nyina no owura Matthew Nyindam ewo se orimeni emrahye bedwani ede ma de hye a wanam ewo pandai na ye nyina ye nimse emrahye bedwam wo mu panifo nyina ekọ wanam breaki nyakopon eya dom enra no wo hyase wo mu asetene di kan na numu ena yensem twani na opon checheku wie ye no se maspati owura Matthew Nyindam wona tiwe we amene ne bekasa na ebra na wanum eka nsam agu apaso ni nyina mu no awrahosam ba ko na edi mu entintimai pa eye opani aka ne no no wayam rahye bedwani ede ma de hye a wonum ewo ayawaso east abato mpeso yaso ya wanya ne ba bi ko onenya fonesa ture mahama wanum nyina edi ni ho adanse na numu ena owura Matthew Nyindam ene yensem twani na opon checheku twen komo no se owura ye anayi wa mu nyina pay tribute di amani meche ayawaso east opani anu no wayam rahye bedwani a wati na nanum se do no wase wono sa ye kasa partisan politics party owura enu wonka ho wono no waye ne politics wo no krochi wo hu se we MPP we NDC na waka wonu nyina ebom na ne nsam eni.
When they mentioned that is the MP for Kwanda, he walked to me and told me that I was his MP and told me his roots in Pandai. And then it was the conflict, the 1992 conflict, that brought him back to Accra. And since then, he's never gone back to Pandai. Mr. Speaker, from that day, Alhaji took me as a brother. Anytime we met at the coffee shop, he spoke to me as a brother. Mr. Speaker, although we are all politicians and we all belong to political parties, Alhaji was not that excessively partisan. He took everybody as a brother. He's not the loud type. Alhaji will not speak much, but Alhaji made a lot of wisdom. He's very calm, very gentle, very affable.
Ubehunu wati wodi eswo bie na no no wakasa utimi say yes onyanyafo trude mahama ayawaso east abato mpeso yaso pani a wanya ne ba bi ko utimi say ne sem obeka nyina no na eto asomu ebubu akoma so obuofu sade ekura wakoma betumi atoyem sansemi ene nsem a enrada onyanyafo Matthew Nyindam ya say no wono na yasaso de na adwama ne bi kwandai abato mpeso yaso onkodi emanfo so na woni nsem o ensemi yensem twani na opo checheku ena to somye
SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra so enie eye prompto breakfast yeboa endpoint homeopathy clinic for ADWOA wo afa ho ka yade bia etete wo nam homeopathy kwan so ebeyi ni na edi afiri ho se eye a wo ho nsem na akwakoye bibie ho wo ba ne bema entemaware ase wo bi kura de yama ne deadline se yema 3 months yema 6 months wentimi amfa afuru anwo ba aware ne be pam we afirase me pa choko endpoint homeopathy clinic Dr. Dubuatin ene na nurse fo wo manimu te wo mo wode wo betimi dia boa masa o haw no nyina no afiri ho say your kidney ho haw liver ho akeka premature ejaculation ene sa ne ma ne korade ya boa tatie bi e wonani so enkran shell signboard spinters kwan no so ho na obehunu endpoint homeopathy clinic mu amu akumase ene ne mpotam no monkokro no mabo ahia ho na tena ekese no wo number wo befre 024486 7068 024486 7068 and 0274 234321 ewie kase bona ye wode mu amoteka mu wo fie wo wutie frɛ dwuma mu wo dwamu to ade na wo fili kase bono wo sompa ha no emu edewu nyina eye onga mama nsa no boafoa saa na aduane no so beye dawu enti edwa so enye na FDA fu atintim so se eye enti wo yusu a wonya wo haw bia onga krade ensese ye ho kasa wo ho pi sanse wo momu yusu no wo mu dia danse eye hyeto eye nkwan eye stew eye jollof enambe na usimi ni nyina ye wona sort obi wo hono mo ani favorite mi tse mi sei mi favorite na eye shrimp tablet no bibia be all round etimi eye adwuma enti kone kope bito na entimi emwa yetoa ensem no so ede amamo majority chief whip eye ononyamfo Roxanne Nelson dafia makpo wadi atu jase omampani John Dramani Mahama na tena ekesi mu aye krado ahoboa nyina wiemu die sesi apen na wokura no ink na soso aba besia no akase wo be drop ni setam na LGBTQI+ bill no womo ed womo nsa ahyase ama no ababeye emra wabra woni nsɛmtwefo etwetwe enkomo enra no wo kire mu sesi a wo hawo a ewo bill ne ho no enye mra hye bedwafo no sanse womo adi nkomo abobo ho aye ho adwuma nyina wie se de yewura Sam George mo efie bi etwam womo gigina mu dendenden ma enipa no mu champion ye ene institutions akodo bi a ye ka bia womo ka bia womu ensore akodo womo gigina mu se krom ha de sebe oba no oba ware be ma ne mema na atifa ne ade no enya de a wombe pene ama na koso wo Ghana ha na emrase bedwafo no so aye wo mafamu de wo ho enti sesi a mo amoye mu hyehye mo sa ben be kokwasa sa na 4 years na bana Mahama free so wabra ye asente bill no wose munya abotre.
I am saying, I am not the one who signed. So let me explain. Hitherto, I drove the bill with passion. Sam George and I, we got it passed. The president refused to assent to it. That was what killed that bill. So my boss, Sinayariga, said, the bill should be considered passed because it had been passed. So constitutionally speaking, what is the fate of a bill? That was no longer a bill. That had become an act of parliament by pending assent. It was something we ought to have tested in the Supreme Court. Because a bill only dies with Parliament. But this one, it wasn't a bill, it was an act of parliament.
And wachi and wapanyini editu jase washe Ghana fo nyina enkuran se enyumaku akodo ya womo ye gidie som faith based institutions e wo mai mu nyina eba Kristofo a womo wo ho eba enkramofo nso a womo so wo ho sa ekuaku nyina no obia enya ne ho ntiase se womo empene ema bibisa enkoso enti womo ankasa nyina so a womo wone de sesi awie mu de enti wose akato na bro na omampani de nsa etim so ama womo a womo yemu hihye omu nyina no obia akoma aju.
So we want to assure the nation and all the faith-based institutions and religious bodies who are interested, both sides of the major religious organizations, both Christians and Muslims, that this bill will pass it just like we did a year or two ago. But the difference is that the president, before even we kickstart that process, he's ready, he's in readiness to sign.
Eni ayekotie ye majority chief web ononyamfo Roxanne Nelson dafia makpo.
Wakasa we are ready to serve. Not just ya krado pa say ya besom. Na wasofo a we afisem so e wo man Ghana mu Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed triple MI aswanse mra sebedwani. Wono na yakasa wo se wodnani di immigration fo dwumadie na chi. Na no kwa na binom frafra me say ya menka bi ma wo mo kra baba mo hodako. Wo mo adwuma ya wo mo ye no wo mo de shan kai ana ya adwuma so ba hwe na immigration car pa immigration for the ya adwuma emfa nya eno no watra se din no se no one pa na so ye woda no na agency ba ko ehye na se immigration no one kai pa kwa baka se na de go wo so won pekora enu ntimi ne wo ka say Nizan Navara pickups no ni amde ma process for na edwane pa ne bi no wo de makoma ko aduonu 20 e de akoma immigration for say wamonye na mo amadwuma na bra wo de ma won no wo kan say kan ho.
We are not going to wait until we have money to fix any of them, whether fire, prison, police, narcotics control. We'll just be doing them step by step, hoping that through that all of us will see the efficiency and others may even come on board. Because in the case of immigration, they need very rugged vehicles. Government cannot do it alone. I mean, we have no doubt about that. We are very clear now. My private sector actors can be of help. Other non-governmental organizations, embassies, we are calling on them. Help us to keep our country safe.
Wei aye odemnyamfo Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed wano ana ye soafo ahwe afisam so e wo man Ghana mu ne ene yete ye no
wo Asante Emata mu Food and Drugs Authority FDA wano madwumako na e wa afa ho no wo mo panifo na ebo amane yi na opani e wono oya regional director eye Owura Nathaniel Nkroma wakasa kire mu se food vendors bebie wo Asante Manta mu asabi enkrata wase yetimi scrutinize wonom na ye check wo mo se wo mo anyade bibia betumi akoyi am watumi aye aduane ade atowa ma ade hye atimi atobi adi no wobi ho no ma gye sankrata ne bi na bi so ho no mu a se bibia ya wo ye aduane na ton no ete akomate bu se hyew wan mu chem so bekopa na ba bia wobi ka banku ade abesi kwa ho ama se bi ya kwa akwato adie no ya ade anko so ison na wan mu ka kire ade hye wo mu no anuane wasante manta mu se sebio monimu huni enya asam koto sanse aduane ye to na bonten bebre na di ayade enti mu di mu huni na no na beboa na anya sa Food and Drugs Authority wo mu ti wo mu gwa mu montene wo mu ni sankrata ne bi wo mu asabi bia ya wo mu ye wo mu nuane ton no eho enhye nkuran enya kwono wanse na atu agusuo no mu nyina ye de mo famra kwan so Ghana de hye so wo mo toto sere yen wo mu se ya ne ya ne ye kwadidie na so ye kwo na ho anya kwo na aduane me ye ntoton Owura Nathaniel ensemni
I said that the subject, maybe I'm not on the Ibn Saxon. Once in a year, Namsa, the air okay. And no one knows how you generate the moon. Now, once I know so subject, or Jan and I will genuine as some said about the Dawson, and I did be at the May. Ibn Saubena, cholera, Ibn diarrhea, Ibn dysentery. This is why effect more microorganisms and we more on buildings and on you know, I idea is not the money I said, it in the Bacona, Gamboa. Now I would somebody not be papa in idea the Natunji. Now, yes, why I also make sure as obey the SS, the Bayer, something S4 and would be on the Encoca. It's not me another. It's really I would be able to get here, a Bangota, a Bang Sabi, the 9 Sanamana men koto. They are possible. Nipa na open we can ne appearance because ni na kan ya ma timide area ko dwani mu na wa wo ye no so ye den unya nti be ko na wa se ne gan kama obon tron
eno na betumi aboanti yasra mu duane no munimu huni yesu ye betra ye bedi kagina wan kwa na steady wiye se wi ba ko no atafero nsa ho aye nto afa once na tu agusu ye nto bia ye sie no ho anya akwa na aduane ne ye nto ye ni nkoyade opani a wono oyopani kwankyerefo a ya woda Food and Drugs Authority adwumako ni fa wasante emantamu Owura Nathaniel Nkroma eno ne amani boni ba wa beidu edi nkomoyi
abusua a wo mo de hye ene Owura yire akosua se wafosu wono ene oyire panyini ema Daddy Lumba nyumtuni ya wenya ne baabi ekoro na nebusua ena wo ma friends ntwofo nhyiam wo ma sam a wo de to aban ene wo man Ghana enimu se aban emwa wo mo no wo nya tentrene emfama akosua se wafosu na tentrene kro no a wo mo ka ho asem ne de Owura apiatu asiama ene atim legal wife kuo no wono ena ye kasamafo ya woda ano enura nsam twofo nhyiam a wo mo frɛ no wo kire mu saa tentrene no a wo mo hwehwɛ no
ene nsam ba yi a ekudi baba ya no ni da na maame no asekunani yentimi consider so ekunani na yie ni kwa ya nton samfre na omudi omutumi ti ye yie ne fise ye sakase yefo omi ye na obi a we guda ba ye se enyo tosi amse debi na mama ko so abin pomo fira bruchi na mi na se mi uya gba bruchi na obi wa ma to Ghana azambetwa na we bi obiti beye 3 months e Ghana ha na oba oko police agency adu office ni awon pinsa ye ko nanan mo me a woni kunsa ye ba eyi ba bi asem judiciary na niam bia adan niam bia ni awotwe ho won tiase say ye judge di asem wi after 3 hours was masia ba ji akonya after 3 hours mo fa 20 bi ni ba do court wo kwa se ko fa 20 billion bra
wei eye owura apietu asiama wono na team legal wife kuo no woda no ensemtwofo nhyiemu a wo mo frɛ ye nura no no wode sansem na tu dwa papa shi na wo press conference na sebi wono so akiremu se wo mo de adanse dodo no ama state no a ekire se maami akosua se wa no wo sefata de wo peso wonya bia enti papa shi so de kakra to aso
dome dan no me na me siye obi so obi o dome a me na me siye ne yetela pasa na me na kwatra atomota me na me hwe si sa dan no ene ye hyase o tantra one ne yira akosua se wa japade is legon me ne na neko so ade ase one ne yira akosua se wa japade enye no nko be dia radio station on Wisconsin ye dome dia no sa time na ya to asas na ne ye wo omo be swimming pool ma ye no omo na ne omo ye wo me ni aketo giga one hye eyi ne wo no there is sliding doors no one ye enti dia make an ye no correct na niama bebe kwa akoso akwa achew aba be pie court justice ayema mini hia no wanya yabu atenchia na sese no okwa api nti pese Ghana mai o mai pani se onana ning se that the lumba e ware no ye kanyina akosi ni se oni ni wura eti akwantu mu e wo Germany ya wo ye oba warefo na wo mo ma na mo amatra akwantu ni mo amohwe mu nim se de akwantu mutie unim se de suno mutie unim se de
wei eye evangelist papashi ena yete ne nkanana na opon chichiku ene de amani eba ye yemfa sede ne bi ma time heba mesha etridi aduro ya no odin pe bi nenom wa waposo ye oya uhunam no nyina da bia no wa ye boho wanu atu ntimi ne dia Dr. Otafrija aduro no ene beboa bia ya etunton no bia pharmacies heba shops ne nyina ya de se ubenya bia to 0244 417669 0244 417669 Kasa natural mineral water eno eni nsukrojin ya esese uyusuo na eboa ma onipadua no eye kama wonse nansen mu ewie mu awo ne ade enyenura ya nsuo petipeti kakra ya entitem bia ese nsuo no de wutimi enom uye program na opebia serve wa hohoa eye Kasa natural mineral water Kasaloma Ventures for na akofa ede abatai fa back hospital nechi honom enkran eho ena obehunu wo number obefrey 0206 469430 0206 469430 womo adawruma yedane ye hutiawa yeba yebeto aso
to me chenya oba eni peche mu ana dio bedachi nanso ubitimi obrana manenya pomodin free ne mofrase Janvita ye de milk papabi ni nutrivi aye ye nkwada ediane a eye de na ahodi a ewo mu no bo mofra pomodin anyo impeni foswini chopa mawobano apomodin free ne mofrase Janvita gumo do pray Janvita, a delicious way to grow. FDA agi ejodie yunkrato yatum.
Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Ghana had the obi enim say say prostate. Na baby omutibi ye screening ema hu ni ye etu asia. Na e Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Anase e kidney, e liver problem. Wo fa baby e na adjujo. Na de fa ne premature ejaculation no a ba ma bi a wo ne wodofo akwakwahia. Asa wo di ne ho agro. Asa wo tonte. Ene ye bra Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Na ye moa wo. Ema ne mema mo pa wo. E ye Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic womo da mufua yare bia infections bi na wo ho anase bia wo hwa wo fa ba bi na adwodwo kidney problem prostate de Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic kuma se ubehu Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic e wo kronoma bohia e na Accra hanso so de wo mu ginamu ankasa e wo Spintex bebre friend share signboard no huduro na ubusasa wo pe Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic a obia e be kire for Endpoint e wo 0244 867068 and 0274234321 Endpoint Homeopathy Clinic. Womo dem fu. Ewra me pacho bra na me hwa de wo bag mi.
Aden.
Bra, Aden. And then subiem.
Hey, time heba mesha ya me can say iba queen. And we me ensay.
Bra, sanya time heba mesha. Esia Jimmy ni me fear for enya dia baako ebeso
where dear udi sa ofani nyina.
Time heba mesha. Me kase me di wa dance ya heaven and ede me kwa akopie. Enti se malaria we draw ne time heba mesha.
Enye enunku die nanum ato a wontimi ani die no. Time heba mesha duro no ene ye ma wo. Oba a wafa afuro die wo ma akwada no fo. Ene akwada a woni mfie dumienu entimi num aduro yi bi. Se obeto aduro yi bi anuma. Hwe se wakọ hospital anase lab ame yehu se wo atudie malaria yi bi ansa. Se o time heba mesha enu dudu atu a fo ani kire KNG Herbal Center ewo Emrom Abidjan House ana ba akoso wo atonsu Monaco Junction.
Eno echi obenya bi atowo over the counter medicine sellers any herbal shop dodo na emu.
Fre 0244 417669.
Kayo set time no TIME time herbal mixture afi malaria fever bi adani ziba ewo munu betu akọ.
FDA agi adwadie nkratoa yi atum.
SOMPA TV Emma Aketuapa.
Nokre Emma Aketuapa. Yɛde nsɛm no kwa akopie mu ɛwɔ amanɔne. Na wɔ amanɔne nsɛm no, sesie ya yɛkasa Peter Mandelson. Wono eguso gyina mu dendenden ya wɔyɛ vetting. Ne aka no wedi anka wɔyɛ kokopɛ interview na ayɛ. Na ne nyinaa mu no ɛwɔ UK asɛm ne yɛkan. Wono no wɔne Jeffrey Epstein. Ya Epstein files aba amanɔne titru pa ne me wɔ fakrom hɔ America. Ehun sensem bebre free 2010 ade ba nyina no ne hu gina mu denden de wo kire se wokọ wono no sabra no na wo ye UK business secretary ya okoshia President Obama ne chief economic advisor ne friend se Larry Summers 2010 num ho ena wono ne ko bobọ nkọmọ ma no kra wo mo nkọmọ ne wo mo no bi o mo ko boboye ehun mpam agudie nyina bebo mu bi no sabre PM aboni din se janka wonko di dwuma so kase pa eno na ye kase ya West Streeting ya wono health secretary ewo UK wode atoja no ache se ne ye ka Epstein file no ehun komo no ye nse danti ni ye na woje bra ene so mpaka se ena no pe ya wa chechire mu sei.
To be fair to the Prime Minister and to put that choice into context, that second resignation when Peter Mandelson was last in government, Peter Mandelson was cleared of wrongdoing in relation to that. And then subsequently, he had served, we thought, successfully and effectively as Business Secretary in Gordon Brown's government. He'd served successfully as the EU's Trade Commissioner. He is obviously an experienced politician, and it was felt that those skills would serve our country well at a sensitive time for UK-US relations, particularly in relation to trade, but also against a turbulent backdrop. That's why that judgment was made then to appoint Peter Mandelson as US ambassador. And as a general rule, we don't do guilt by association, and so we don't blame people for the actions of people that they may have been friends or
we West Streeting one health secretary ewo UK and watch say womono ya womo nshada mpanta mu asem se ne oba bibre mu a ya crucify him no wo munya abotre ya ntwan kakra bi ne involvement Peter Mandelson ne involvement ewo Epstein files no a ehon nsem aba ewo America no enche bia ehon nsem eba montene so
Ebusuya yede kase bono esi aseda enkoma endpoint homeopathy clinic time herbal mixture ongama mansano boafo enafe kasa natural mineral water SOMPA 106.5 FM Accra ene yede free ya yede ba ya affiliate ahodo ya to apete Ghana half na baby a wo fa bi Facebook YouTube baby ya wote yen kamedin ede ADWOA ASARE ewie imene
oduma nkoma chiame obrempong na kwaku ampoma enafe
ABENA ADEPA Kofi ebusuya ya soriso mobro wasam ayobi asamotraso